Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. It's episode 500. I have fake balloons. Pedro has real balloons. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is where...
God, I thought you didn't get any.
What happened?
Ah!
Are you being...
I think you know what's happening.
the kids.
Not in my coffee.
They have like little poppers and they're streaming you. There you go. It was all off camera, but we get the vibe.
It'll be
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It
360.
is episode 500.
Over here, Gavin. If you're gonna shoot me.
He's got real streamers. I have fake streamers. Here's fireworks. All right. Well, since it's episode 500, we're just gonna skip the intro, I guess.
Where's my cake?
Yeah, I want a cake. I want a 500 cake. Yeah. Here's our banner.
We have
Blinka.
some chicken farm shaped cake.
I want a five cake. 5 cakes. We'll give you 500 bites. Yeah, I'm Noah Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week, Brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro Rose Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit, and this is the 500th episode. Woo!
That's right. The show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello,
Past
everybody.
12 years. Whoa!
And 12 years. We're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server, so if you want to join us throughout the show, you can drop in and say
Oh my
hi.
God. There is a mess in this room now.
Uh-oh. You gotta, you'll clean up later.
God.
But for now, I want to welcome everybody who's watching us live. Thank you so much for joining us on this festive day. Shout outs to Jim Hendrickson, Vince, Squid.jpg, Brent, some nice. Hello, everybody.
I want 500 cakes too.
Yeah. And on YouTube, we got Electro Send You. So if you're on any of the other channels, we can say hi as well. Yeah, episode 500. It is October 1st, 2025.
My keyboard.
We've got it's all over your keyboard. That's funny. They just came in, bombed you, and left.
They lied to me. Like, oh, we couldn't find any streamers.
That's great. All right. Well,
this is more fitting.
I think we got a good show planned. We have 2 new learn guides. One is published, one is in review. We have an update to a prototype that we're working on. We have a special interview that me and Pedro might have time to do, where we kind of talk about our history, some things that's changed over the years, and how we got into where we are now. So a little bit of a retrospective. But for folks that are interested in, getting some Adafruit stuff, we have a special 10% off discount code. Doom Jam is this week's coupon code, so it's in your coffee. Wow. So if you want to pick up anything in the Adafruit shop, like maybe a fruit jam, use our coupon code Doom Jam to get 10% off. And let's see here. You can also get some freebies from Adafruit by going over to adafruit.com/free. You can find out all the different things. We got 3 different tiers this week. Check them out, adafruit.com/free. I won't go through each one of them because I think the interview is I want to get to that because I was reminiscing on how we got into this. And
we're a little late.
We're a little late. Yeah, we're trying to rehearse it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. We just kind of lost track of time. So yeah, I might have some fun stories later in the show. Yeah, why don't we just jump right into it? Last week we talked about running Doom on the Adafruit Fruit Jam, and this week we were tasked to write up a guide and publish it on how you can install Doom on the Fruit Jam. It's pretty straightforward. It's 2 UF2 files that you drag and drop onto your Fruit Jam, and it automatically boots up. So let me load up the guide.
Here, getting on my armor. And I think the only thing that I could add to this is, I don't hear your audio. Hold on, let me add you in.
Hello.
One thing I can add to this is super cool. You can actually run this off a battery with a little USB booster. I believe we still have this monitor with the VGA in stock, and then the cam is being powered off the little USB port that is on this VGA monitor.
Nice.
VDI.
Nice.
We're able to power it off of one of these batteries. I think we still have these in stock as well. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's all being powered off of there, so it's pretty portable.
Yeah, I love that it's taking up the whole screen. There's no black bars and edges on it, so it's really nice.
Yeah. We have here, I think, 2 other screens. One of the other projects you worked on, I think, was like a portable little HDMI one. That one had the black screens on each side.
Right. Yeah.
I use this for photos.
Right.
The cool thing about this one is the mounting holes on the back. You can actually probably mount all of this to the back, like the case. We'd have to redo the case or something, but have all this.
It's probably this amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Oh, and this has speakers as well. I can see the speaker holes.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to do that, you could totally have a little portable Doom or RetroPie, retro gaming station.
Nice.
Have yet to show this to the kids. I don't know if they'll be impressed. We were talking about the new Copper Golem update dropping for Minecraft. Came out, so glued to that.
Yeah, I mean, this game is pretty revolutionary. I mean, for the time, it's genre defining. If folks are interested, there's an audiobook from one of the lead programmers, John Romero, that I listened to. It's called The Doom Guy, and he talks about not only his whole like career, but like the development of Doom. And it's a game that's been heavily documented on like how it came to be. And yeah. So it's awesome to kind of go back and play it. So I got the opportunity to get up to level 7, which I've never really played the game more than like a minute, you know, like on the Raspberry Pi games.
The game.
But I'm gonna try to beat it. Like, so it has
you beat it, or maybe I'm thinking of Quake. I don't know.
You're probably I don't know. Duke Nukem was another one that I remember playing.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was like quite a few years after Doom. Doom's like 93 or 94, one of those. But yeah, it's super cool to run this kind of natively as a port on the Fruit Jam. And you know, I documented how to set it up, how to install it, and just some things to look out for. It's not a perfect port. Jeff did an awesome job getting like the main things running, like USB mouse, keyboard, the gamepad, which is kind of a novelty, but it's kind of fun. Headphone audio out. So it's like the full stereo original audio. If you plug in the mini oval speaker, it'll play it through that. And if you have your headphones in, you can hear it through that. The resolution is kind of the classic resolution, so it just kind of scales up. But because the pixels are so nice and crispy, they look pretty good on like a, you know, on your 1080 monitor or whatever. Frame rate is noted to be around like 30 to 35, which is good. And then the known issues I list here. You know, just the little things like there's the status bar is flickering at the end of the level. The statistics are invisible, but you can just click to the next thing. Saving game causes the USB input to stop working, but you can just reboot and load your game. It's cool that saving games actually works, which I've been testing here pretty thoroughly. I got to level 7. And then there's like a weird audio distortion thing near the end of the 4th level. The audio gets all distorted. So if you're wearing your headphones, just watch out. I might as well have these issues here. If anyone, you know, wants to work on the port, all the source code is out, and we have a link to the GitHub repo so folks can fork it. But it seems like, you know, folks can do whatever they want. They can build it themselves if they want to as well. But this main guide just kind of walks you through installing it, like quick install on your Fruit Jam, which is the next page. You get 2 UF2s. So you just get into bootloader mode on your Fruit Jam, and before you start up, you just want to make sure your USB inputs are connected before you boot up, just because hot swapping and connecting is not reliable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So just a little note there. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward how to install it if you just want to play it quickly. And then for playing, I have all the key commands listed out. You can't really change any of the like remapping keyboard controls isn't really supported, but here are all the things. The mouse movement's kind of cool. Like it can do forwards and backwards when you're like moving the mouse on the y-axis. The gamepad is the kind of NES clone that we stock in the Adafruit shop. That works really well. And then there's some onboard buttons on the Fruit Jam that you can use to disable music or sound effects on boot, which is kind of cool. And that's kind of it for the guide. Yeah, so check it out. If you got yourself a Fruit Jam and you want to play Doom on it, check it out. Big shout out to Jeff Epler for working on the support. Must have been a lot of fun. But yeah, here are the UF2 files. There's the source code if you want to build it. And then I think there's a little bit more info on the GitHub homepage that talks about, debugging UART if you're really like in the weeds of like making a custom build. Yeah. Cool.
Got distracted by playing. I forgot to post all the links.
I did too. I think on
I posted them
whenever I just kind of sat down and played for a good hour. I really wanted to like play it. I got inspired to actually play. I was like, this is my job. I'm going to play it until I
look at that VGA monitor that I'm using here. Verify this is the correct one.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it seems to be the one that we kind of. Yeah, it looks the same. It comes with a little stand. I think I printed one for a low profile.
This is 1667.
Yep, that's the one.
That one to try.
Yeah.
And
last week I talked about this screen. It's just something I got on Amazon. It's a nice one. It has just HDMI out, USB-C for power. It has a headphone jack, but we really can't do audio out because it's not really HDMI. It's DVI. It's only doing video. But yeah, it's a good monitor. I think it's 800 by something. It's supposed to be a touchscreen as well, but we're not using that here. And it has built-in standoffs on the back for Raspberry Pi, so it's like designed for Raspberry Pi and Jetson Nano and that sort of single board computers. But yeah, it's a pretty good monitor. I think it's an IPS display. It's got mounting holes. It's nice. And I just printed this out just so I can prop it up. And yeah, it's just running the Doom like autoplay demo thing that automatically starts. Yeah, so that's what I got for my display. I think I tried the 7-inch display too that I have back here that I used for the Fruit Jam video. That worked okay, but it has the black bars, which is fine. So yeah, that's Doom running on Fruit Jam. If you want to get your Fruit Jam, we do still have them in stock. I think we have like 20 in stock or so.
Nice.
So if folks want to pick up Fruit Jam, they are in stock. You can run all sorts of fun stuff. We got CircuitPython, Arduino support, and now all these different emulators like VIC-20 and Pico Mac, and now Fruit Doom, and Doom. Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. So check it out, and it does come with a little mini speaker, a faceplate if you want to use that, and some screws for the standoffs. And that's what it comes with. It comes in a nice little Adafruit package like this. And yeah, it's nice. We got the case. I think we're ordered more. It takes a little bit to get them from JLC. But you can always 3D print the case or design your own case. I do have a 3D model of it. So folks can check that out if they want to make their own custom, cool, single board computer kind of thing. Yeah. All right, that's Doom.
I'm trying to blow up the barrels to kill everybody. It's not working.
Yeah, that's a fun technique. Yeah. All right. Let's see. For prototyping, I've been talking about 3D printed case for the MagTag, the Adafruit MagTag 2025 edition. So this time I finally exposed the light sensor that's in the top center of the PCB. So now you can use that in your CircuitPython or Arduino programs. If you want to be able to, like, maybe on sundown, you change the data or the screen info. And the other thing was just the kickstand. So on the original one, the kickstand would fly all the way out here. I actually have it still here. So this is how the kickstand originally worked. Like, it just kind of popped all the way out, and the viewing angle was a little too excessive, right? So now it now has an end stop, so you can't pull it out all the way. So it gives you that perfect 30-degree viewing angle, like 30 to 40-degree viewing angle. So if I can move this. So it's kind of a better viewing angle. It ended up being a pretty simple solution. I just added like a little geometry in the hinge up here. So you can see here that it just goes all the way, right? It flies all the way out. And the thing that stops it is like the stand itself. But what I ended up doing is adding a little piece of geometry here. And that way that it would hit this guard. So it just kind of stops it from moving up to here. So that ended up being an easy solution. I do have, we showed this last week, but it's a JLC PCB. I unboxed it live. It came out really, really good. The tolerances are pretty excellent. And I submitted this design as well. So hopefully I get that in the next week or two from JLC PCB. And if that all checks out, we'll place an order for Adafruit's shop. But I think in the coming days, I'm just going to throw up these files in a quick learn guide so folks can 3D print this if they want. I'll have the step file and the Fusion 360 file as well, so folks can modify it and if they want. And I also thought maybe to print this in like a dual, like maybe print this in red and this in black, because they're two separate pieces that you can, you know, assign different colors. For these buttons, I printed them in red just to kind of give it some different color accents. Same thing with the switch here. Battery's pretty good. I've been running this for a few days now, and it uses Deep Sleep. It's a Python program. It's the weather.
I have not tried the battery yet. I need to try that.
Yeah, it's
in 500? 500?
Yeah, it's 500. I think that's the biggest you can fit in the back there. 500 milliamps. You do need a couple screws to keep it, you know, aligned. I mainly did that because Lamar wanted the ability to use those magnetic feet, so you can still like stick it somewhere, like on a metal surface, ideally a fridge.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's the update to the MagTag case. Again, give me a day or two to throw up the files, and
I know there's no links here for it.
What's that?
Looking for the MagTag link, please.
Yeah, the MagTag I believe is still out of stock.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
But you know, I think folks got the first batch. Could probably prop it up there. Yeah, it is a little chunky, but that's because it has the battery, and you need that kind of thickness for
the stand.
You do got these two buttons here on the side that are built in. They ended up working good. All the ports are exposed, and really the last thing I needed exposed was the light sensor because I forgot about it. But yeah, it works. I even ran some quick CircuitPython code to see the readings, and when you put your hand over it, it does show the lights and stuff. I was worried about it because, like, you see how far deep it is in there. I was like, oh no, but you know, it's able to read it, right? So you can put your finger over it and it'll read that it's like completely dark. Yeah. The only other thing is the onboard NeoPixels. Let me do a reset here. It's because it's black, you don't really see the light shine through. So if you do want to use your NeoPixels, you'll want to print this in white. And you know, I have the order coming in both black resin and white resin just to kind of get an idea of both. Yeah. Cool. MagTag. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Let's see.
Nope, just affirmations. Castle Wolfenstein is another.
Yeah, that one came out before Doom, which is cool. Doom Jam on Chaos Toast. This is Vince. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we do want to mention the IoT Grow Monitor using Whippersnapper and Adafruit.io. We do have a guide. It's in moderation right now, so I think next week we'll do a deep dive on it and walk through the guide and everything. But yeah, this was a fun collab with Brent Rubel, who's on the Adafruit.io team, kind of the lead, and then Pedro, you were able to use it on your plants because you got quite the collection of aeroids. And I can quickly show, because we have a shared IO account, you know, we got a lot of data. There we go.
Oh, it saves the CSS. I didn't know how that was saving. So you should be able to stretch that out and it adjusts to what the screen size is.
Oh,
no. Just the window size. There you go.
Yeah. So it runs on mobile. It's responsive.
Oh, we just got to reload, I guess, the graphs require that. You can see here when I was taking it outside, the humidity spikes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The Lux spikes too.
Yeah.
I was filming at 12.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So you got temperature and leaf temperature?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Humidity. You got your CO2. A lot of CO2 going there.
Yeah, it rises when I enter the room.
Oh,
so that's funny to see on the graphs. You see every
right.
morning when I enter the room.
Breathing too much, man.
No,
but the plants do that.
Sucks it all up.
Yeah.
Entering the night.
And the main things is that we're trying to promote here is the new Blockly actions. So if we go to actions, you can see how we were able to calculate the vapor pressure deficit, which is a pretty important data point to know when you are like making crops and you want to make sure your yield is optimal. So we're using math blocks here to really to calculate using this formula, all these numbers here to get the value. And then same thing for the PPFD, which I'm sorry, but I forgot what the what the word is for that. I think it's a photosynthetic flux density, something like that. And this just is one math block, I think. It takes the light sensor data and multiplies it by this odd arbitrary number. And yeah, you don't have to write any code. You just kind of throw up some math blocks. You get some data. Yeah, and then of course the dashboards. You can create your own dashboard and create gauges and different colors and icons and all that fun stuff. And then the device page just gives you an idea of the device itself. Look how many devices we got. So here's the Grow Monitor. Is that mine or yours?
This one's online, so whichever one you see that is online.
Maybe.
And I have the latest as well. So it's not that one.
It's not that one, huh?
Oh, maybe it's not online. I see it on.
Live demo, folks. Yeah.
Do a quick reset.
Sure, yeah. Maybe it went offline because, like, you know, we went to stream and somehow it went offline. I don't know. It was online. Anyway, installing Whippersnapper on an there it is. It's online now. Wow. Yeah, there it is online. There's another update, which I guess you could just do over-the-air updates now, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, check it out. If you got an ESP32 type dev board, Whippersnapper will probably run on it. Really easy to kind of install it on the browser. It's really frictionless. It has a lot of device support, and adding components is as easy as clicking a new component and connecting it via STEMMQT cable, and you can get data like instantly. And the team is working hard on getting display support for various CFDs and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Definitely do a dedicated video and project on devices with screens on them. Yeah, you click new device. You can search through here, browse, and it just walks you through it and it installs the firmware via web serial, I believe. So you never have to like leave the browser, which is pretty friggin' cool. Yeah. Apparently Fruit Jam is also a Whippersnapper ready device because it has the C6 ESP32.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. So yeah, Whippersnapper, check it out. If you just want a quick IoT project and you just want to click around and get some sensors, log in some data. It's probably the best way to do it. And it's free to do it too. So at least for 2 devices. All right.
Yeah, one of the things I was using it for, or I thought would be cool to use it on, is the pollination of like rare plants like these Philodendron Santis here. We were talking about last week, and this is one of the companies that was like the first to pollinate these and was able to get a bunch of really cool variegations on them. And this is how they're doing it right now. He's just touching them, and is it warm in the middle of at 3 in the morning? And that's how he's doing it. So wouldn't it be cool if you didn't have to stay up all night and just have this little monitor hanging over those pretty flowers?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And I think they have a nice smell to them too. I think it's usually beetles that pollinate these. But yep, that's what what he was doing, staying up all night.
That's
just
funny.
Grabbing it and seeing if it's hot or not.
Wow.
In the video, it says what the temperature is. I think he did use like a touchless monitor, but if you could get alerted, optimum temperature.
Yeah.
Because this is using a infrared or whatever.
The no contact
thermometer. Yeah, no contact. Yeah.
Which we have here, which is is that one? I think it's this one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the MLX. Or maybe it's this one. Yeah, it might be that one. I forget. Sorry. Yeah, it's got all the sensors you would ever want for like monitoring everything. So I think it's a really good project for all sorts of green thumbs.
How funny too, the way that he's pollinating it too with the brush. Have
fun.
like a servo with the brush already on it that would like go up and go once it senses that the temperature is like warm enough. So have it completely automated. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would be cool. Yeah. So are you gonna pollinate your plants at some point? Is that something you're interested in?
The philodendron, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Again, that would be some money right there. If they came out variegated. No, if I skip to it, you can see he had them successfully germinating, and he had a ton of variegated ones that came out.
Wow. Yeah, I have no idea about this stuff, so it's cool to see. That,
again, these were like ones they're from Brazil in the like a tiny little mountain, and now look at it. This is the first dude to successfully pollinate these and have a bunch of these out. That's why I have the one that it's featured in the video, the one that I got.
Yeah. That's funny. So anybody who's like really into this will see that and be like, "Oh my god, that is like a very rare plant." Like, whoa. Yeah.
This is a Spiritus Santi from seed.
Wow.
And this is the type of place that what Brent was targeting these for. This dude runs like
a nursery.
A nursery, yeah.
And this is a really good price point. It's not $500, $400. It's maybe $100 if that.
Yeah. There's
parts.
The subscription, that you would get is way. Look at this variegation! Oh my god, that thing is so beautiful, and it has like pink and stuff on it. And these are like $15,000 for one.
Wow, yeah. So investing in something like this and whippersnapper, definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm. Lost my train of thought. What we were talking about?
No, this is it. This is what we were talking about. Like, you're the only one I think on the team that has like this level of experience in like the I guess you could say the hobbyist aeroids community.
I mean, like we were talking about last week too. I mean, this was my first job. I can smell what this greenhouse smells like.
Yeah, that's fun.
Remember the mornings walking in.
Mm-hmm.
For the in high school, there was the workers experience. So you would have half day in school and then the other half at whatever job.
Yeah,
that was my job there, going into the nursery.
Yeah. Shout out to mom.
Yeah.
I
lied and said I was 15 when I was only 14.
Now we can say that. Yeah. Look back on it and be like, haha.
I mean, that's how we did things back then.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
Coding wild,
man. Yeah.
This thing is freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Wish I could find a video where he shows the variegated ones, man. It looks freaking amazing with that pink and white in there.
Yeah. I feel like this is a new segment that's plant talk or something. So shop talk. You just got.
I mean, yeah, the temperatures are used, or the sensors are used all over in them. And yeah, definitely check out Red Leaf Exotics. They have, I've bought carnivorous plants from them for the
cool.
These guys are here. Tetraconums. And
you're throwing all these genius names in Latin or Greek. And I was like, what are you talking about? So what do you got back there? I mean, it was fun, like filming all your plants. Like every time I visit, like I visit once a year, and so I was like, oh, zen, like in the patio. Yeah. Let's see, is anyone else in the community? Oh, I got something from Tyeth here.
Yeah, he printed one over the weekend.
Oh, thanks, Tyeth. He reviewed the guide. Couldn't help but print one over the weekend. Oh, sweet. That's so great. It's going to go to a friend. Congratulations. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Vincent's trying not to get too deep. I tried not to.
I think it's like,
and I had like
your blood
growing up, I had all the carnivorous plants. I've had every single species of carnivorous plants.
Yeah.
Ladderworts, the Utricularias, the fly traps.
We tried to do like a blog kind of like show thing.
We had one,
Yeah, it's called Planties. We had like a blog, and we were kind of sharing, sharing photos of them and that sort of thing. But things like that. It was just kind of trying different things out.
Yeah.
All right.
This is trying to remember the name of the plant that Taith posted there. I think it's Thousand Child or something like that.
You can tell just by looking, huh?
All the little babies form on the leaf tips itself. Yes. Mother of a thousands. Yes.
Mother of a thousands.
How funny.
Mother millions. Funny.
Yep, all the babies form at the tips of the leaves.
Plants are wild, man.
I watch all that's my YouTube there. I watch any electronics or any of that. I watch all the plant YouTubers.
Yeah, that's funny. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that that whole segment on plants and who this is for, and
guide will be out, I guess, soon.
Yes,
another round.
Yeah, we need another round of it. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. All right. Let's see. We kind of did shop talk. Let's see.
If the community makes a. Oops, I forgot to grab the print. Let me go grab that real quick.
Sure. While Pedro grabs the print, let me run the time lapse. Every week, Pedro 3D prints something from the community, and he does a time lapse video this week. Still on the theme of Halloween spooky season. This is a print in place, hinged articulating skeleton hand.
Yeah, you found this one, sent it over.
Yeah.
And the kids were fighting over this thing. I print another one. I mirrored it, so we have a left and a right hand now.
Yeah.
Using the glow in the dark from Overture. They have the brightest green PLA glow in the dark.
Pretty quick, 2 hours, 2:40, almost 3 hours. Not too bad for something this big and intricate. Looks great in the glow in the dark.
Yeah, nice amount of flex to it.
Yeah, let's see what you got here.
So it would be good for what do you want to do? Desktop camera.
There you go.
Yeah, nice amount of flex to it. Once it loosens up, this one I forgot to came off right off the bed, so because I had to print another one. So yeah, powered by the sun or with a UV light, glows super green. And it's been pretty good for like outdoor decoration. Make it look like there's a skeleton coming out of the ground or something like that.
It's a left hand, right?
This one is a left hand. Yeah. The other one is a right hand. I just mirrored it on the Y.
I see. Okay. I've been watching Wednesday on Netflix, and it reminds me of Thing. Like
that's what I thought of when I was filming. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Now it's not going to hold the position, right? A pose. Kind of.
Kind of can. The joints are nice and loose, so it's got a nice amount of flexibility to it.
Sweet. Let me see if I can pull up the. Forgot to pull up the printables page. So let me get that here. Drop it in the chat. If anybody wants a print and play skeleton hand for their Halloween decor, you can check it out. I dropped the link, and this is the page. Let it load. There you go. Koji3D is the designer's name. That's their handle on printables. Check them out. Oh, it's a big model, 93. The STL is 93 megabytes, so it's pretty detailed, huh? Pretty high poly count. Let's see. The joints look pretty standard, right? Like the but they look really good. They look very well hidden and integrated into the sockets of the bones.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive. And the way it's like pointing up is really clever. Oh, there's like a lot of detail. Yeah, look how impressive that was.
Bone.
Yeah. Like the texture there is really nice.
I mean, that doesn't come through on the print, but it's nice.
Okay,
yeah.
it is there. Yeah, but you know, nice flat bottom for
probably because I printed it in white, so it's hard to see.
Oh yeah, is it like a little crack up here on the bottom?
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, these are excellent.
Yeah,
photos.
it's hard to see.
Yeah, white kind of tends to hide some of the details.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the color you want to print it in, you know.
Yep. Definitely recommend going with the glow in the dark.
And you didn't scale it down or up or anything. It's pretty 100% scaled.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some extra stuff here. Oh, okay. I see. They got a Patreon with an exclusive, like, you know, base and a little tombstone for it. That's super cool.
Nails.
Way to do that. That's actually a really good way to promote your thing. Got a couple makes from people, you know.
Ooh, the blue one looks cool.
Yeah, the blue one's great. Yeah, the blue. It's really glowing, huh? Oh.
Does it say what blue they use there?
It says just glow in the dark filament. No. Put it with a holding something, pose it holding a thing.
Yeah, I thought it was like a phone holder when you first sent the link.
That makes sense, yeah. That's cool.
Oh, it looks good in black too.
Yeah. Put a really big one. Fingers are really
no supports required for this one.
Yeah,
They're all like at a 45-degree angle.
Oh, that's funny. Put it on someone's mouse, a coworker. It's a good prank one too.
Yeah, great. As a zombie thing.
That's great. Sweet. How did I not like this? I guess different account.
Oh, on the Adafruit?
Yeah. Whenever I like something on the Adafruit account, it shows up in our profile as like I forget what they call it. It's called something. But it shows up in our profile. Cool. All right. Shout out to Koji3D. What an awesome model. All right. We only have one community make this week. It's actually the MagTag, the old MagTag case. Glockner on printables did an update where they added some more magnets to it. It's a back cover for the MagTag case using 8x3 magnets. So they just updated it to have some magnets, which is great. So this is a remix of the original MagTag case by Adafruit using standard 8x3 magnets in lieu of the magnetic feet. It's best for adjacent magnets to have the opposite polarity attached to the rear of the MagTag using standard M3 by 8mm screws. Prints in place without any supports. Get the frame cover for the original model. Yeah, this one was a good first attempt for myself. We also made a stand for it. Yeah. I wanted to do a more enclosed, you know, with a battery included thing, and Lamore really challenged me with doing the built-in kickstand. So that's why I like had to start from scratch and design it over again. Yeah, still a good thing. A lot of people made this one. Yeah, a lot of people made it. So yeah. Cool. And then one last thing, I did post a remix of my own project. I think I showed it last week. I made a 3D printed print to place handle for my little MIDI USB key set, because like I had it on my shelf and I was like, I really want to hang it on my pegboard. I had the Scadish pegboard behind my computer here. That's where I like to hang my projects. And I thought it'd be nice to have a handle, because like with my Pico MIDI fighter project, I have a handle on it and I'm able to just hang it with one of the hooks. So I want to do the same thing. So I went ahead and took the handle I made for the Soundbox RP2040 project. I just did a small tweak here and there, and I figured I'd post it. You will need to print the updated cover piece, because it has those 4 mounting holes, because it actually gets secured with M2 mounting holes. You can see the mounting holes there. But it's a good way to kind of add a print to place handle that's hinged, so it can hinge, and the screws are kind of hidden. You really can't see the screws in the outside. So I think it's a clever way to do a print and place handle. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a complete design, like it was always meant to be there.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 It makes sense for this because I want to hang it. So yeah, you know me, I like to add handles to things. So that's it. That's this week's community makes.
I don't know if we posted the Rumi sword make. I did not get alerted on it. I just noticed it.
Where's that at?
In Maker World. Where's mine?
Oh yeah, I don't get those. So
I didn't get it either. I only get the comments. Somebody printed out the just in time for Halloween. The
you got it.
Sword.
Wow. Cool. Their first make for the Rumi sword. You hid yourself. Hold on.
And
I think your camera either died or something. I could hear you, but StreamYard put your thing away.
Let's see.
I could put this camera up.
Oh, funny. Oh, my camera isn't charging? What the heck?
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Put this in. I have to switch to my other camera.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I got it loaded here, so.
No, it doesn't want to show my FaceTime camera.
Okay. Any comments to this make?
Let's see. Where would that be? Nope. Oh, they actually uploaded it as a profile as well.
Interesting. Okay.
The HD
A knife hand is their handle. Nice handle.
Yeah. Looks like actually I can just do this.
So it's printed in PET G. That makes sense. So it's more durable. Yeah, it says blade is done in purple PET G and handles in PLA. Everything is moved to fit on the P1S with low supports. And I click on expand. There you go. Still be as durable as possible to the original design. Should also be printable on like-sized beds. This is my first print profile upload, so please be kind with it. Sure, of course. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's on 4 plates and 16 hours of printing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, get started now if you want to make your Rumi sword.
Yeah, I saw Spirit rush to get their K-pop hunter costumes in, and they're in stock.
All right. Although I've seen a lot of cosplayers just kind of make their own.
Yeah, Brandy had to get like a purple wig and do the braid on her own.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, she did a good job. Sweet, very nice. Yeah, we'll have to start adding Maker World makes to the rotation.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. All right. Them's the community makes. All right. Now that we got about 15 minutes. Oh yeah, you're over here now. There you go. I want to do a little interview between us since it's episode 500. And I thought it'd be cool to kind of reminisce a little bit back on our history and stuff like that. Where you at? I see a dog.
I'm just trying to get the camera to.
Oh, okay. I say don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean I got this one here.
We're we're now transitioning to like a more audio podcast kind of segment anyway. Being so that it's episode 500, I thought it'd be cool to look back at our history and talk a little bit about how we got started with really creative stuff, because that's kind of like our thing. We're designers foremost. So the first question I wanted to say was our first computer was actually a Macintosh Performa 6300, right? We got it in like 95. So that kind of sets our age. We're like right in this middle of like, you know, after the 80s, but before the early 2000s. I think the 90s was a kind of interesting time. So our first computer, you know, what I remember is you saw a kind of an ad or an infomercial. Back then we had infomercials that talked about what a Macintosh was and how you can do creative work on it. So I have a very vague memory of it. I don't remember actually seeing it because I was probably like 6 or 7 and you were like 11. So how did you see this? And this, we didn't have cable growing up. We're kind of, you know, middle income, low income family. How did you see this thing? And what is your memory on like getting your first Mac? You're muted, I believe. Hello?
Is it coming through?
Yeah, I got you. I had to add your other thing. So yeah, you're good. All right.
Yeah, I can't get back on.
It's fine. This looks fine.
I don't even know what channel that was on. That was like just showing infomercial stuff, probably on a weekend, because I think that's when the programming schedule would just put on
that makes sense.
type stuff. I don't know what channel it was on, and it was probably one of the last infomercials that was paid for Apple to show these on, and it was just one where it was showing a kid showing him doing like multimedia presentation, like breaking out a report, having like video editing added to the his printed, you know, laser printed with photos that were edited on this Mac. And we knew about Macs because of watching on Discovery Channel. There was the movie Magic, and it just showed behind the scenes of how they would, you know, doing like silicone modeling and animatronics for like Jurassic Park, or you know the new upcoming, you know, video effect companies. You know, Industrial Light and Magic, ILM was, you know, broken off from Star Wars, so that was always intriguing to us. We were always into drawing and animation. The first animation that we saw was like, I think it was like Pinocchio, and that was always intriguing and like, oh, cool, we could be an animator. We could, you know, I had good drawing skill, so it was something I wanted to do. And seeing Move Magic, knowing that we could, you know, compile all these animations and video to make that with a computer. Then seeing the Apple, you know, infomercial on showing video editing and how to compile all that together, I called to have ordered a little catalog, you know, that showed all of the different models,
a brochure, a little trifold brochure.
Uh-huh.
So here you are, 11 years old. You call 1-800-APPLE, whatever, and you get this catalog. And in those times, it's crazy to think back in the 90s. It's kind of a dark time for Apple. Steve has been kicked out. You have all these slews of Performas, and now looking back at it now, it's like, wow, they almost went under.
Went under. It was definitely John Scully. I think it was under the command.
Okay.
They had such a bad reputation. I remember telling my teacher that I had gotten an Apple, and he told me straight to my face, "You got the wrong computer. That company has been bankrupt 3 times. What are you doing with a Mac?" It's like,
that stings.
I was like, I can't do any of this on a Windows computer. I don't see Photoshop for a Windows computer, because by then I had already, you know, had snuck into, I think it was like in 9th grade, and in the design classes weren't until you got into like 10th or 11th grade. So I was already learning Photoshop, and I was like, I don't see Photoshop on a Windows computer. So you're an idiot, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I already knew this dude was a moron.
Oh my gosh. Looking back on it now, it's like, yeah, I mean, it kind of made sense, but you know what the history is. Like, Steve comes back with Next Step and Pixar and just completely changes the game with the iMac.
Yeah, it was like the running theme in
Yeah.
terms of teachers throughout the whole growing up, not knowing what the heck they were talking about. I remember in class, one of them got mad because I left the newspaper publishing class to go into the animation class. He was so mad. It's like, yeah, where did newspapers go now then, huh, buddy?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So you brought up the Photoshop, and for me, you know, I think it was like the summer of like 6th grade. You come. I remember you came home with a zip disk and it had Photoshop, and you loaded it, and you were showing me like you can type things out, you can add these effects, you can bring in a photo, you can just design your own scene, basically your own magazine cover. And for me, that was so empowering to see that you have these really cool tools that you can all do on the computer. And I didn't have to draw anything. I could just like come up with these amazing designs on the computer. And to me, I treated it as like my video game. So instead of playing NES or something, I went on Photoshop and just started making banners, started making cool type, trying to draw on it. And it's just from there, I was hooked, man, learning how to use software and all the different tools. It just felt like unlimited. Like you have all these filters and you can combine different filters to make different textures, and textures, what is that? And it's like, I was hooked, man. From a creative standpoint, I was like, this is what I want to do. I just want to use Photoshop. It's just funny that like back then, you know, you could just copy a piece of software onto a zip disk and just run it off the zip disk. You know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, those are some pretty core memories for me that I think got us started in our whole creative career, because we've done quite a few different things. Cool. All right. So we didn't quite talk about how you got the Mac real quickly. You know, you saw that Circuit City, we knew about Circuit City back in the 90s. That's where we got our first camcorder. So we actually got our camcorder first, and then we got the Mac. And you got it from CompUSA. It was not cheap. It was probably like $5,000 or $6,000 back in the day. But you ended up, you know, doing chores. Hold on. You're cut out. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was about $5,000, but that was like the bundle with the
the
printer, the capture card.
Right. Yeah. A zip disk, a zip drive, rather. Upgraded RAM or whatever it was back in the days.
A little scanner.
Yeah, you were ready to start publishing.
Oh yeah. We already were by then. I was like shooting video for like birthday parties and like weddings.
Yeah.
I needed something to edit all that on.
Yeah.
And got the copy of After Effects. So learning motion graphics was the next thing I got into from there.
Yeah.
I led an animation, got copy of Maya, started learning 3D from there.
Yeah, that's actually the next question. What was your first 3D software, and do you have any memorable projects that like got you into that got you learning 3D modeling?
Yeah, I think the first one was Maya, and by then, I was already doing dual enrollment into college as well, so that's what they were teaching, Maya. And I think one of the first projects was like animating like an animal, and I thought, I think you remember it was a bat.
Oh,
a fruit bat.
Oh, yeah. Funny. Yeah. So that taught you how to not just model polygons, but also like rig it to do animation. So you learned a lot to do that. Yeah.
The IK handles, and then doing voiceovers with it. So doing the recording for it, and then editing. I already had the editing down, so combining all that together and doing the motion graphics and the video, the audio.
Yeah. For me, it was Bryce 3D, because by the time I got into North Tech, which later got named, that's the high school I went to, me and you went to, they had a whole Mac lab, and that's what got us to, I don't even know how you found out about, like there was like a South Tech and a North Tech. You went to South Tech for a little bit, and you saw.
That's the story I was talking about, from leaving the newspaper publishing, going to the animation, because they had gotten all these new Macs, and that's what they were using it for. They had Maya and After Effects there.
Yeah, I think they had just got like upgraded from G3s to G4s. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, there's so many Macs here. We couldn't afford these things. It was top of the line Macs, and they had, you know, the big displays and everything. And back in the 90s or early 2000s, whoa, this is crazy. You can just use this and learn on it. So I think I don't know how they got, you know, the Bryce 3D software, but it was there, and it was supposed to be like a kind of easy way, kind of a way to make scenes and stuff. So that was my first thing. We didn't have any training. It was just
There wasn't a teacher to teach any of this. Yeah. This was all just there.
All just there, yeah.
Not for us to play with.
Yeah, it was kind of structured where like it was supposed to be a linear where you learn Photoshop first, and then you learn Quark Express, and then you learned Flash, Macromedia Flash,
and then After Effects.
You learned After Effects.
Maya, but again, you remember our teacher? She came from desktop publishing. She didn't.
We actually ended up helping her out. Like when you graduated, she came to me to like help grade papers and come up with some of the tests for Photoshop. And
she came to you to do purchasing of
we ended up purchasing a bunch of G5s because we got a grant or something to get it. So that was really empowering, and I got to design the billboard that ended up being this giant billboard for the ad for the school itself. So that was cool. But I'm trying to get back to the first 3D CAD. So it was Bryce 3D. You could do a little bit of animation to it, and the rendering took forever, but it did have like a pretty cool rendering engine. And maybe the modeling tools weren't really, it wasn't meant for modeling. It was more meant for like coming up with a scene, and you know, had this really nice sky generator with like this pretty advanced lighting engine. Hey, you're back. Double Pedro. So yeah, Bryce 3D, and then I did get to sit into one of your classes for 3D. Was it DMAC? Digital Media Arts College. I sat in, I think, on one of the first classes because your teacher was just so cool, and she just let me sit in. You know, I remember like I think one of the first lessons was to take a box, like a square cube, and just like explode it and animate it with like keyframes, like hand by hand keyframing. And I have a core memory of using it. But yeah, mine was kind of a I don't know what you say. There's a lot of menu diving to like get something done. I remember that.
It's very deep.
Very, very deep. Yeah.
It's modeling and textures and rigging and editing, programming.
A lot of terminology you had to like kind of teach yourself too. It's like, ooh, what is this? How do you apply textures to something? Cool. All right. So that's and then later, you know, when we got the printer in 2012, we got the Microbot replicator, and I think it was just in the tech blogs, like maybe Engadget or somebody was like CES.
No, I remember the 3D printers being talked about for a while, but it was a DIY with the wires hanging out, and I was like, oh, this is cool to print our 3D designs, but not yet, man. Yeah. Not yet. Like I always had it in the back of my head. I was like, oh, cool, we'll get this once it's mature, and although we did get it as a wooden case, we thought,
but it was all assembled. You didn't have to build it. It wasn't a kit, right? So I remember getting the replicator and thinking like, why do we need this? And at that point, I was heavily into my career doing user interface design for mobile devices and websites, and that was my whole thing. So 3D didn't really make too much sense for me, but for you, it always did, because that was like, you have a bachelor's in 3D animation, and
I was doing like the 3D modeling for the iPhone games, the iPhone
That's
apps.
right, yeah.
And those assets that I was already doing that. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I could make this physical,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And we started our little ad agency, right out of high school, and we had a couple clients.
So we had one of the thinking in high school is to make your company, and how would you do your marketing strategies.
We learned about branding.
We always had that in our head.
Yeah.
I remember too in high school going into the library, getting how to write invoicing, how to do the
contracts for
the contracts. Yeah. Again, we were already doing this as freelance in high school, doing jobs like that by word of mouth. So
Yeah.
We were interested in the business side of it, how to, CYA cover our asses for
That's right.
any legal stuff and how to
Yep.
invoice and
Yep.
get those payments.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So once we got the MakerBot replicator, that's when I was like, okay, this thing is super cool. You printed out. I remember you printed your 3D model of a Tron light cycle model that you made for this
Video
game.
game. Yeah, the video
Yeah,
game.
and I was like, this looks so freaking cool. Like, I want to make something. So I don't know how we found this, but Tinkercad was like this web browser CAD 3D modeling software that was free, and it wasn't from Autodesk yet. It was just kind of like this scrappy team that came up with this modeling, 3D modeling, or 3D modeling in the browser. So it's Tinkercad in the early years. I remember firing that up and like designing these what would later become planters, but like making these like Super Mario inspired planters. And because you were already collecting carnivorous plants, specifically the pitcher plants and the Penthes plants. And I remember, it'd be cool if I made a planter where the hair was the plant. So I made it into like a face. And I learned how to throw some primitives together and came up with something pretty cool and printed it out in ABS. And it just kept doing that and making little things like pencil holders, iPhone cases, and on, and just never stopped from there. So it became like this kind of hobby that was like,
now we had
I learned a lot about design.
No, we had the
like,
Etsy shop, and we
yeah,
were
we did
getting sales. We were getting a bunch of sales.
Yeah. I mean, it was so new. 3D printing was so new. You could go on Instagram and pull up a hashtag for 3D printing. It'd just be,
we were the hashtag.
we
Yeah,
were the hashtag. It was just us and like a couple other people. It was amazing. Now it's so saturated and great, but it was crazy to be on the forefront of like a designer making fun little custom things.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
that was the transition from doing the mesh modeling into solid.
That's right. Yeah.
Fusion.
Yeah, it was a big transition for you. Yeah.
Because it was. I had to save multiple copies of a model because the mesh stuff would not translate properly to the solid modeling.
Yeah.
Because I do like the booleans to combine things. Obviously, use the history from that.
Yep. Then after that, 123D from Autodesk came out, and it was like this. It was almost kind of trying to be like Tinkercad. It eventually reached end of life, and we had used it quite a bit, and then we switched over to Fusion. So
luckily they had the exporter,
right?
Exporter designs, because we did do a lot of Adafruit projects in that.
In 123D, yeah.
Imported them into Fusion to have them updated.
Yeah, I think the first project I did for Adafruit was the MIDI guitar, and I designed the whole thing in 123D. But I would use Photoshop or Illustrator to create the vector paths, bring it into there, and then and you just kind of guessed what your tolerances would be. You just didn't know, there weren't 3D models of arcade buttons yet. Maybe there were, but I don't know. I didn't know to bring them in yet.
You didn't know about this. Check the diagram or the schematics.
Yep. It's kind of just like throw the board in there, throw the battery in there, tape it down, and just make a box.
I mean, just take your caliper and measure.
Yeah. Cool.
And it is, 4 minutes over, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think we're good here. Yeah, there was one other one, but we could be here all day. But I think that was kind of fun to just kind of reminisce on the back history and stuff. Yeah. So, episode 500, here we are. Have I put everyone to sleep, or what's going on?
It says you still use a Tinkercad. Yes.
Yeah, it's still they continue to make some really great tools. They have like programmatic stuff now, and you can draw curves and things like that. Yep, it's still really good for basics and angular designs. Yep, you said it. Yeah.
I forget what I needed it for, and Tinkercad was the only thing that could do it. That was able to process it correctly.
That's funny. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, before we leave, if folks want to put in an order for some Adafruit parts, Don't pay full price. Get 10% off. Use their coupon code DoomJam. It'll expire tomorrow. So if anyone's watching the show, not on a Thursday, on a Wednesday, use John's code because I think he's on. Let's see. All right, there we go. Episode 500. Another one in the can.
Woo-hoo.
Let's do 1,000. Will be the next big one. No, we'll do 600. Cool. All right, everybody. I think Show and Tell is on tonight. Ask an Engineer, I think might be on. But we invite you to come on the Adafruit Show and Tell. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Ask an Engineer may or may not happen tonight. So, yeah, be on the lookout for impromptu streams from Mr. and Mrs. Lady Ada. Tomorrow is JP's workshop, so check them out every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays are a deep dive with Foamy Guy, 2 p.m. Pacific Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Mondays, I think we're still doing bi-weekly CircuitPython meetings, so you can join in on the Discord and watch the archive posted later on Mondays. And then Tuesdays is JP's Product Pick of the Week. We can get really big discounts on select products. All right, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for spending time with us on our episode 500. We'll be here next week. Happy October, everybody.
Oh my God, it's already October. I just realized that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. But until then, remember to make a great day. Adios.
Rufio knows what time it is.
Oh, it's time for a WALK.
No, it's food time.